Thanks for joining today's snapshot for September 3rd, on which there were several significant events throughout history. Richard the Lionhearted was crowned in the 12th century on this day. Anne Frank was one of the people deported from Amsterdam in the last train out to Auschwitz in 1944. And the Treaty of Paris, which signed the agreement between Great Britain and America ending the Revolutionary War, was signed on this day in 1783. I want to talk about a light moment in history. 53 years ago today, in 1967, Swedes moved all of their traffic from driving on the left-hand side of the road to driving on the right-hand side of the road. It was a big social movement, the biggest one undertaken in the country. The day they switched, September 3rd, was called Day H. H stood for Högertrafik. Högertrafik. I studied Swedish, but I'm really bad in the pronunciation. The movement to right-hand side of the road driving was very unpopular. 12 years before the move, Swedes voted 83% against the move. But there were some overwhelming arguments that led the government to say, we're going to do this. Number one was the fact that there had so many cars in Sweden that had the driver's wheel, the steering wheel, on the left-hand side of the car. Consequently, people couldn't judge well when passing each other on the road, and there were a lot of head-on collisions and fatal accidents. Secondly was that Norway and Finland had driving on the right-hand side of the road, and Swedes went back and forth between those two countries all the time, and it was confusing to everybody. And then thirdly, Swedes had a lot of cars that were coming into the population, way more than in the past. A lot of people had incomes that could afford them. So they said, we've got to do this. Well, they prepared for 4 years for Day H. They had to change 350,000 street signs. A couple of days before Day H, they covered them all in black, the new ones in black paper. And then the morning of the switch, they uncovered them all to have people go the new traffic patterns. They had to move bus doors from the left-hand side of the bus to the right-hand side of the bus. At 10 minutes to 5 in the morning on Day H, all traffic came to a stop. And for 10 minutes, people were allowed to switch over from the left side of the road to the right-hand side of the road until everybody got set. Then this 10-minute time period was over and they could resume driving. In some of the bigger cities, they actually had like 3 or 4 hours where they were not allowed to drive. Well, guess what happened? The traffic accident rate went way down when they switched to right-hand traffic. Exactly the opposite of what people predicted. Why? Because people were careful and watched what they were doing. They had been prepared for this event by having different colored driving gloves available to Swedes so they could be reminded to be on the right side. They had an advertising campaign with notes on milk cartons and even on underwear telling people to get ready. So they were all set. And after a couple of hours, everything went smoothly. So I think it was a great social experiment and it worked. Let's close with this hymn. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Thanks for joining today. God bless you.